All right, so for this bundle, it wasn't the first couple of packs, wasn't the last couple of packs that had some just absolutely killer cards here. I'm holding off on pack number 1 and 3 for the future, but as of right now, I think we're on pack number 4, 5, and 6 are what we're going to open in this video. I'm having a hard time getting videos to be under 20 minutes, so I want to try to see if I can move a little bit quicker since I've already opened quite a few of these. There's a chance that I'll get some duplicate cards. Hopefully not, because so far most of my cards are not particularly thrilling, but the art is still way worth it. Mirkwood Mediator is going to be an elf with landfall. Whenever you have a land enter, it can switch its toughness and power, so I've seen that one before. Magnificent End. The spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. We're going to deal 5 damage. That one we've seen before. That's pretty good. Burrowside Wanderers. This is that 6 cost elf, but it has landfall. Whenever you land control, this creature gets +2/+2 until end turn. Again, I feel like that one's a bit expensive, but okay. Smog's Fury we've seen before. Oh man, too much of this pack. I feel like I said this before we opened. Golem, Silent Stalker, that was one we've seen before as well. Not a good sign. So, Elven King Harper. This is an elf bard, kind of cool. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Okay. I'm not thrilled by it, not disappointed. Stir Up Trouble, I've seen that one before. You can just straight destroy target creature. Key to the Side Door, I don't feel like I've seen this one. It's a 1-cost artifact. I can spend 2 and tap it. Target creature can't block this turn. That seems good. I can pay 1 and tap it and discard a legendary card with the same name as your legendary permanent you control. Okay, so this is kind of like legendary filtering, maybe. I could see this working in standard. Oops. If we're playing standard and I have 2 legendaries, the legendary rule means we can't have more than 1 on the table at a time. So this gives me a way to discard 1. It's not like a super huge game changer, but I could see this becoming a very preferred card in like any kind of standard deck. That seems really good for standard. Not so much for commander, because commander we can only have 1 card of each name in the whole deck. So Old Fat Spider Can't See Me. Interesting. That's the name of this next saga. Target creature, so paying 3. Target creature you control gains hexproof for as long as the saga remains on the battlefield. I love that feature. Prevent all damage that would be dealt by up to 1 target creature for as long as the saga is on the field, and then I draw a card. I mean, not bad. I don't see a downfall to getting this in any kind of blue deck. Target creature you control has hexproof, and then you pick some other creature to not be able to hurt anything. Prevent all damage that would be dealt by you. Interesting. Okay. Sylvian Revealer. Let's see. That's another elf citizen now. When the creature enters, draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a land this way, put it from your graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. I really like that for an elf deck. It would be fun, but I'm not able to play this till turn 3 or 4 if I can get some mana rocks on. That feels a little late for that to become valuable. Usually by that point, now I don't have an elf deck yet, so maybe I need to make one, maybe make it a little differently, but I don't feel like we're going to have very many lands left. Whenever a land you control enters, you may pay 3. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. I really like that. That's kind of cool. So it's graveyard recursion with landfalls. Belladonna Took, legendary creature halfling. Whenever a token you control enters, you gain 1 life. This first time the ability resolves this turn. If it's a second time, draw a card. If it's a third time, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Well, that's kind of cool. I can see that being helpful there. Oh, wait a minute. This one seems cool. Glimmering Foe Hammer. This looks really exciting. It's an equipment. Gleam of Death. Sorcery, Adventure. Mill 6 cards, then put all instant and sorcery cards from among them into your hand. Yeah, that seems great. Also, instant and sorcery spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is equipped creature's power. That's got to be a great card. I'm gonna hold this one to the side because I think that's gonna help out. This is this bundle. I have not had an awful lot of high dollar cards, but I feel like that one's gonna be good. So I want to check that one soon. That same old fat spider can't see me, just in foil this time. Very cool. All right, we got a swamp, and then Enduring Story. We saw this on a previous card. It might have been in the last video. Enduring Story. They buried Thorn deep beneath the mountain, and let's see, Bard laid the Arkenstone upon his breast. There let it lie till the mountain falls, he said. May it bring good fortune to all his folk that dwell hereafter. Quite a story. All right. Let's see. Do we open another one? Let's see. We're on. That was pack 4. Let's see what pack 5 has for us. Alrighty. Smog, the Great Calamity. So I've opened that one before. This is where we can deal 5 damage to a target if we pay 5, or we can spend 7 to cast it from the library, or from the graveyard, so that's all right. Golem's Silent Slinker, we've seen that one before. Mirkwood Meditator, we've seen that one previously. Esgoth Garrison, let's see, power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool, just a bit expensive at 5. I've had this one a couple of times. I feel like this is going to be Mirkwood Bats in the first Lord of the Rings. It seems like I got one in every pack, and I feel like that's going to be the case here. So, Hobbit Hole, this is where I can play the land, sacrifice the land. So all those that you saw that had landfall, that allows landfall to happen twice, which is really cool. Dwarven Short Sword. This one, when the equipment enters, create a 2/2 red dwarf creature. Seems okay. It's common. I'm not expecting much from that one. Theron's Last Stand. We've seen that one before. Ooh, that art is great. I'm not even... This is, again, I don't even care if it's a good card. I really like what they did here for the art. Okay, I can spend 1 and play this 1/1 creature with lifelink. Like, that's already fine. Like, never going to have a problem with that. But if I save it and spend 2, target artifact or creature you control gains hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. That seems... Yeah, I think this, even though it's an uncommon, it's easy to get a hold of. I feel like that's a great card. All right, that card deserves to be in a white deck for sure. Bilbo Luckware. So this is going to have the adventure. So exchange control of 2 target non-land permanents that share a card type. Then exile this card. You can cast it later. Or I can only spend 2 to play it. Bilbo can't be blocked. Whenever Bilbo deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. I like that, especially if he's a ring bearer from the first one. Gandalf Spark Starter, legendary creature, avatar wizard. I love this setup for Gandalf, but 6 is pretty expensive, especially seeing that he's a 4/3. Does he make up with his abilities? He's got reach. When he enters, he deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. Yeah, that kind of makes up for the expensive cost. I like that in a red deck. That would be a really good high cost red card if there's a way to get that out. Gandalf, Goblin's Bane. This one looks cool. All right. Not so much like the art. If this were in foil, I think would just be absolutely killer. But it gives me a sorcery for 2. I look at the top 2 cards of your library and exile them face down. For as long as they remain exiled, you may play them if you control a wizard, which he is. If I don't want to do that, or I can do that, and then next turn, if I get another land, getting up to 3, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Gandalf gets +1/+1 until the end of turn and deals 1 damage to each opponent. How this might be one of the best cards. I don't know the exact value. I'm going to try to see what that looks like here soon, but as of now, I'm thinking the middle of this bundle, this is where my value is coming from. So that's a pretty cool card. I don't feel like I'm going to end up getting it in a deck right away, but if I'm putting something together that's red, this feels like a card that would do really, really well. I might be missing something, but I want to look that one up here. I'll have that on by the time I'm posting. So Rage into the Valley. This is some pretty sweet looking art. This very much looks like one of those big battle scenes coming on. That's a sorcery. Draw a card, lose 1 life, and amass goblins 2. So you get a 0/0 goblin token with 2 +1s. I mean, seems cool. Not going to be crazy, but it's all right. We got some other good ones. So after an adventure resolves, you can place the exile cards here. You may cast the permanent spell from exile. All right. That one seems kind of cool. I'm excited to look those up. This might be the video to watch for some of these really cool cards. Let's see if we can get another one out of this pack. Would be just great if I could get close to breaking even on this. Enchanted River Grasp. Enchantment Aura. When it enters, tap enchanted creature and remove all counters from it. Oh, that seems cool. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and doesn't untap during controller's untap step. That is devastating. I really like that one. This is a great blue card too. It'll leave the creature on the field, but make it ineffective. Ori, Keeper of Songs, storied. If you control 3 or more artifacts, legendaries, or sagas, you have an enduring story for the rest of the game. As long as you have an enduring story, it gets +1/+0 and has vigilance. So that's one of the keywords. The enduring story is definitely something to keep an eye out for. A few cards together that does that could be interesting. Quarrel is only 2. It's an instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Great direct damage. Do many of those exist in green? I feel like there's some. I can't picture many right now. Smog, the Great Calamity. Again, a little expensive for a dragon at 7. Dragons are expensive, but being able to deal 5 damage first is not bad. I don't know. Does it go in my dragon deck? I can't decide. Raving Warg. This is a wolf with death touch and ferocious. I've not seen that one yet. Whenever this creature attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you gain 2 life. That's an interesting component. I feel like that might cause these ferocious cards to become a little more valuable. We've seen the Duskwatch Hunter before. Dory's Bearer of Friends, legendary dwarf, has trample, and when it enters, we create a treasure. I might have seen that one before. Long-bodied gray dog. That was in previous video. We got that one as well. Old Fat Spider. My daughter's thinking about a spider deck, so she will want this card. It has reach. It does cost 6 to get out, so a bit expensive. The creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card. A lot of that seems good, and it's a 6/7. I think that's a great spider. I like it. Yeah, if I'm building a spider deck, that's going to be one I want in there. Burn, Tree and Fern. Okay, 4-cost red saga. Starts out dealing 6 damage to target creature and opponent controls. For 4, I really like that. Then destroy target artifact and opponent controls. Okay, lots of good red removal, and then we get a little bit of ramp at the end. Add a red each turn for your last 2 turns. Yeah, that needs to go in any kind of a saga deck. I really, really like that one. That's a great one. Celebrate the Mountain King. It's an enchantment. When this enchantment enters, for each opponent, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Wait a minute, what? For each opponent, exile up to 1 target. So this I've seen cards like this where you exile a card or target card. This is for each opponent. So this is literally designed for Commander. When this enchantment enters, I also get a 1/1. It's an uncommon, but man, that feels like a great card. I really like Celebrate the Mountain King. That's an awesome card. You're getting a creature, and you're getting rid of a creature of each of your opponents. Okay, what is this art? This is... So the last card that I saw that had that style of art was like, it was really cool, and it just absolutely got exciting for me to see this. But this one, I don't like it anywhere near as much. I don't know what it is, but my precious. So this is obviously Gollum talking here. But yeah, the last card that had art like that was this one. And I just absolutely love it on this card. I want something different here. I don't know what it is. This art, not my thing. But to pay 3 and have my precious enter the field, it's an equipment. I can equip the creature to give it hexproof, and it can't be blocked. I have to pay 2 to actually do the equipment component and 2 life. But instead of any of that, I could always just pay 2 as an instant and sacrifice a creature to draw 2 cards. I could see decks that like that. It's fine. Some people could love it. Everything about this card, just not quite my style, but who knows? Maybe it's got some good value, and then it'd be a good trade card. Wilderland Scourger. 5-cost wolf with ferocious. Whenever it attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That seems good. It's a wolf 3/6 for a 5-cost. It's averagely okay, like maybe kinda, but this ferocious idea, dude, man, that feels like that could get rough real quick. So it's not initially great, but I think it will build to being awesome. I think a wolf deck's coming out soon. Iron Hills is red and white. I can also sacrifice it to put 2 +1/+1 counters. And then I have a dwarf miner. So yeah, my precious was the big card there. So we'll be looking at seeing if those hold some value. Big pull from that one, I think, is going to be Grimding Foe Hammer. We'll see what this one comes back as.